This transaction, Hicks Hardware, $228.75 comes in every month, and I have to categorize this transaction. Why am I still doing this? If you feel this way, stop repeating this task. I am Steph. Welcome to the channel. And when you create a rule, you're basically telling QuickBooks to code that transaction for you so you won't have to do it every month. Let's create a rule to do this for us. There's two ways you can get to the Create Your Rule screen, and you can go to Accounting, then hover over Rules and click Rules, and then you would set up a new rule here, or you can create it from the bank transaction screen. Go to the transaction that you don't want to create every month and you just want the rule to categorize it for you. You would click into that transaction, and then you would have an option at the bottom that says Create Rule. So when you create this rule, it basically asks you, what do you want to call this rule? So because this is a Hicks Hardware, most times the business owner or yourself, you probably purchase some tools or some supplies with this purchase. So when this purchase comes in every month, we're going to create the rules so that QuickBooks know what account to categorize this transaction to. So we can put Hicks Hardware. Let's do tools and supplies. Again, you can name it whatever you want. It says apply this to transactions that are money out. So this is an expense, and how we know it is an expense is that we had to use money to purchase this tool or supplies. Money left our account. So anytime money leaves our account, it's something that we are purchasing, which would be an expense. So you would click money out. They also have the option here of money in. So when you click money in, that means money is coming in to your bank account, which is a deposit. But we want money out, so we're going to click money out. And the account that you want to select here is the checking, because this expense is coming out of the checking account. If you look up top, the checking is highlighted, so you would come down to the expense and you would see the expense here for Hicks Hardware. That indicates that that expense is coming out of that checking, and it is a spent, which also means that it is a money out transaction. So we'll go back to rules. I came out of it, but we'll go back to rules again. Create rule, Hicks Hardware, tools and supplies. Money out is what we want to be applied to this transaction, and then the checking, and include all the following. So we're going to click all, because if we would have used a different card for this transaction, so we're using the checking account now, but if we had our MasterCard on us and we purchased that same tool from Hicks Hardware, then it would appear in the MasterCard. We're selecting all here so that QuickBooks can capture and scan all the accounts to see where that transaction appeared in. The bank text for the description would most likely be this banking description, or if you click into the transaction, Hicks Hardware for $228.75, the bank text would most likely appear here in the memo. Contains just means what the memo says or what the bank description is. If you don't want it to contain it, then you just put doesn't contain, or is exactly as whatever this field is over here. So it says Hicks Hardware. QuickBooks would scan the transaction in order to meet the conditions that you have created within this rule. We test the rule, and the test the rule means that when you select that, QuickBooks is scanning your bank feed to see what transactions that you currently have in your bank feed that would meet these conditions in order to apply this rule to. Priority is the first thing that QuickBooks would get information on. So it says Hicks Hardware, Tools, Supplies. This is the rule that would always get applied first. Then assign and exclude. So assign, when you click assign, you would have to fill out these fields here pertaining to your preference. So The transaction type would be an expense. Like I said, the money is coming out because we made a purchase. The category would be supplies. If you just purchase supplies for that whole $228.75. Product and service you would not select because it's not any of these, or we just purchased maybe some drill bits. And the customer, we're gonna leave customer blank for now, and then replace bank memo. So like I was telling you, the memo bank text, you can either replace that and put something else in there that you know that appears on your bank statement. Like if it says an ACH, not for this, but if it says like an expense for Craig's design, and they specifically put that memo in the transaction, then you can put in here purchase for Craig design, or you can put Craig design in order to give QuickBooks more information to identify that transaction to apply that rule to. It's optional, so you can just leave it blank, or you can click this for also keep existing bank memo. So whatever appears on that transaction in the bank memo, when you select this, it would always scan that information in order to accurately apply this rule. Now, auto post down here, this is very important because if this is selected, which is green, that means it's on. That means that QuickBooks, whatever criteria that you have for this rule, QuickBooks will categorize this transaction to the criteria that you created within this rule. You will not see it come through the bank feed. QuickBooks will do it behind the scenes, and you won't see it until you do a deep dive and go into expenses and say, oh, let me see if I purchased that bill, or let me see if the rule was applied correctly. But if you have this off, which I recommend that it's off, because when you have this off, that means that this rule that we created will come through the bank feed with the transaction, but it allows us to be able to see it before it is coded and posted within our QuickBooks. So we're going to click save, and I'm going to show you how we can see that the rule is applied. So next time you come into the bank feed, like next month, this transaction comes in to the bank feed, you would see that the rule is applied to it, because you would see rule with the category that's applied to that specific transaction. Now, I wanted to show you guys like if there was a split transaction. So let's go to edit rule. And you could do this when you're editing the rules. So suppose for that $228.75, you bought a tool, which is a drill, for $200, and the remaining balance, which is $28.75, you bought drill bits, and you want it to be categorized like that every month. So what you would do is split this rule. You would click add split, and you would split it by percentage if you want. But if you know that tool is going to be $200 every time you purchased it, then you would use amount. You wouldn't use percent. And the amount for the drill that you brought is $200. And now this wouldn't be supplies. This will be considered a tool. So we would just, let's do tools. Let's set up tools. So what we did, we named the account tools as an expense, and then you can fill out this description if you want. You can use it for billable expenses, but we're just going to keep it simple and click save. So we're saying to QuickBooks that this rule, $200 goes to the tool, and then the remainder of it will go to supplies because we bought drill bits, and that remainder would be $28.75, I believe. Then everything looks good. Auto post is not on, and then we click save. And then once we set up this rule, you don't have to go in, like if you're doing your bank feed and if you're doing categorization every month and you see that transaction. If it's not just for that transaction, it's for a number of transactions, which is kind of repetitive, then you can set up rules in order for you not to do that mundane task each and every month. It just makes it a little bit easier for you to get through your workflow and be able to code those transactions and then do what you need to do as far as not staying in the books for so long. If this video has helped you, please like, subscribe, hit the notification button. And as always, you keep an incredible service simple with Steph. Thanks for watching. Be blessed.